Welcome to Blueprint for February 6, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Tom Hartman, Marketing Manager at TradersPost, alongside Peter Hartman, also part of the marketing team. Today, we're building a simple DCA bot in Pine Script connecting TradingView to TradersPost. So let's dig in. I just realized now, Peter, my teleprompter has been saying 2024 since 2025 started.
Yeah, I've had that problem too. Haven't calibrated.
Well, the problem, it's sort of like your job to make sure that I'm saying the right thing on stream, and you're not correcting me. So clearly, this is a problem. I'm going to write you up to management. How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Um, DeepSeek is going to be made illegal, so there's that.
Are you enjoying? We're filming a 101 series right now, like a TradingView Traders Post 101
Yeah, it's great.
series,
Love
trying
it.
to get you from not trading anything at all the way up to being a professional retail trader. Basically, you could quit your job at Traders Post, just do that full time. That's how we'll know you're successful. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great to learn the ins and outs. There's things that I knew already, but it's really fun to be. Look, I'm getting a one-on-one kind of consultation. No, two-on-one consultation. Who cares if it's live on the web? I don't care. That doesn't bother me. So it's really, really cool, and I get to ask any question that comes to mind. I was the student in class who had a million questions and always felt shy and afraid, and oh, I'm slowing down the class if I'm asking questions. But here, I get to monopolize the whole thing, ask everything that I want to ask, and it's choice.
Well, you are very slow, so I could understand why you were nervous in school about that. All right. Well, today I thought it might be nice for us to do a DCA bot. This is a dollar cost averaging bot.
Dollar cost average.
Yeah, because a lot of the times people think that using an automated service like TradersPost, it's geared towards quant traders and high frequency whatever, and you need to be like super brilliant with strategies and develop all kinds of things in order to make it worthwhile and make it work. And that's just not the case. There are a lot of times where what I want is just to be able to get into a position, right? I have an idea of a certain amount of position. I want to be exposed to a particular type of asset. And what I want is for the system to automatically buy for me when certain conditions are met. Very simple conditions that are met, maybe a certain period of time. Maybe you want something drastic happens within the stock. I just want to take advantage of it, but I want to sit there and like read the news and read Elon Musk tweets every day to figure out has anything significant happened on the stock market that I can take advantage of. So a DCA bot can be very helpful with that. It allows you to just build out a certain set of rules, and then the system will just buy that asset for you at the frequency that you're looking for, the conditions that you're looking for. So we'll do that
This
today.
is, this is buy and hold, so this doesn't sell it.
Exactly. This is just the idea of accumulating a position over time. Sure, you could always set in some conditions under which you like to sell it. Maybe you're getting a certain profit a percentage. Maybe you reach the maximum you want to get for whatever period, that quarter, that month, whatever you want to lock in your profits. Maybe it's a end of year thing, and you want to just be able to sell it for tax purposes, whatever it is. You can put those conditions in, but we're not going to be doing that today. Today, we're just going to be setting up a Pine Script bot where we're buying, and we're buying under 2 or 3 different conditions. We'll take a look.
And when you do DCA, does it always buy the same amount, or can it be different amounts?
Well, you could have varying amounts. We're not going to be doing that today, but you could have something like depending on whether or not, depending on the amount that the price has fallen, maybe there you want to adjust it so that the more the price has fallen, the more you're purchasing, that sort of thing. So you can weight the position size accordingly. But I mean, personally, I like that more for crypto because I could have granular control over the amount that I'm buying. I'm not generally buying $100,000 worth of Tesla, so if I'm, if I what I want is just a DCA in with a share or two a certain period of time, I can't really get fractional quantities for those if the price would drop 15% versus 10%. But on higher sums of money, of course, it could make sense to do that. All right, so let's just go ahead and set that up here.
Hey, do the big dogs ever DCA? Does Warren Buffett DCA? Does Kathy Woods DCA?
Well, I can't speak for them. Our conversations are private, so they wouldn't want me to divulge anything too deep. But the idea here is that if you are, um, if some institution or some player is trying to buy a large amount to enter into a large amount of position, then they do have to scale into that position, and they want to keep their their average costs at the lowest it can be. If they just go in and purchase $100 million worth of a stock right away, well, then they're going to be paying top dollar for that, and then they might have to wait some period of time, some sort of price appreciation for that to even be worthwhile. Whereas if you dollar cost average into the position, you're managing the volatility of your initial entry price. Let's go ahead here
I
and
just want to let you know, Tom, your microphone, something like there's something going on with your microphone.
okay.
Static sound. It sounded like you were underwater for a second.
All right. Does it sound like that right now?
It's better.
Okay. Let me just switch it back. Right. Is that any better?
No, it's worse.
Okay. Not too sure. All
No,
right.
now it sounds good. Now it sounds
Now it
now it
sounds
sounds
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So headed in here, we're going to
Hey, by the
we're
way, sorry, Tom. Sorry to interrupt you. I want to remind everybody that Blueprint happens every week. There's some really cool episodes that have that's available for you on our playlist. Tom, you've done something with AI. You've done some other things. Did you want to kind of talk about what you've done recently for Blueprint?
Yeah, that's right. So, thanks for bringing that up. So, last week we did a blueprint episode for basically, can we take a screenshot using code and then of a chart, then send that chart off to an AI model, an LLM model for it to determine whether or not it's a bullish or bearish trade, and then go ahead and send a trade signal to TradersPost to buy accordingly. It's just a proof of concept of idea of, hey, does it make sense for as these AI systems develop, maybe we go beyond simple indicators and simple fundamentals. Maybe we're sending a bunch of information to an LLM. It's making a decision based on some of the criteria that we've prompted it to consider, and then it trades accordingly. That's going to become a huge part of trading over the next 5 to 10 years. You could certainly see it. So it was nice for us to dip our toes into that last Thursday.
Yeah, some really great episodes. If you haven't seen what we've done on Blueprint, what Tom and Mike have done on Blueprint, you should definitely check that out. Tom, we've got a question in the chat. I don't know if you want to tackle that first before you get started. It's up to you.
Sure, let's hear it.
This is a question from, you want to read it or you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
From Laith Hadi. Question: I need to do DCA from buy amount plus exchange fees after line 1 minute from bought time to avoid losing money. Basically, like a stop loss above bought position.
Okay, so the idea here is that after you enter the position, wait a certain amount of time and then add a stop loss after that. You can certainly do that in Pine Script because, and actually, we might even see that a little bit later on today. When an order has been created, you can also then refer to that order later on. So you can say, "Hey, I don't want to stop loss right now. Let me just go ahead and wait." And then you're just checking to see of the orders that are open, how long has it been? How many bars or how much time has it? No, how many bars has it been since that order was opened? Actually, you can do time as well, and then place your stop loss accordingly, and then issue your order. Now, you will have to, if you're using TradersPost, you will have to send that in two separate orders, right? So you have to send your initial order to open the position, and then a trade signal afterwards in order to set up a stop loss. You won't be able to have a bracketed position where the stop loss is paired with the entry order, but you could do that. All right, so let's set this up. TradersPost, DCA bot.
Little louder.
Oop, turn it down.
Although I like to hear the clickety clack of your keyboard. Sounds good. Can you make the text bigger?
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to do a DCA bot. We're going to be plotting a few things or at least one thing on the screen. So let's add our overlay false. And we want this to be a strategy because we're going to take advantage of the strategy functions that exist. So let's go ahead. First, we're going to the first condition will be we'll buy at a certain frequency. So we'll DCA. We're going to set up we're going to have multiple conditions here. So let me just set up one condition that'll be true, and this it'll happen every X amount of time frame. And so this will be in a group by every. It won't be, we'll just do this quick and dirty so you guys can see what it looks like. So I'm going to DCA. Now I have to detect what the time frame is that the user wants. So this is what I'll use to figure out, hey, has the time frame elapsed, the day, the week, the month, or whatever, in order to DCA into the position. So I'm going to say, let's do this every week. I don't need a title for this one since I'm using the first one inline. We'll see that in a second. And by every. Okay, and then somewhere down here we'll do just as a quick one so you can see what it looks like. Let's do 1 second here. Is by every time frame. So we're going to have a variable here that's going to be checking to say if this is true or false. Let's go ahead and buy. And I'm going to say, let's just write this up right away. If this is true, we're going to place an order. We're going to use the order command as opposed to the dot entry command because we want this to fire every single time the condition is true, whereas entry by default will only ever fire the first time. So if I'm already in a long position, dot entry won't allow me to add to that position unless I have pyramiding set to a higher amount. Let's not worry about that. Let's just go ahead and use an order here. We're going to call this by every, and then strategy long. So that'll happen every time, and this will happen every time the time frame has changed. So let's go ahead with if the time frame that we set in here has changed, go ahead and buy. Since we're making this conditional, well, let's do it like this. So we set this up. Let's click on save. Add this to the chart. Okay, so we're seeing on the chart here, it's there's a buy that's happening, and we set it to a week. So basically, it's happening here. What is it? Every Tuesday, 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 Tuesday. Since the week starts on the Monday, it's doing on the candle after. So on the Monday, it's generating the conditions for the order, and then on the opening candle of Tuesday, it's buying. I want to go ahead and actually, I want to be able to tell what setting I have there. So let's just go ahead with. We have an option here for every, so we want this option. We only want this order to fire if our option here is true. So if we take a look at our setting, only if this guy's checked off do we actually want to do this condition. So let's go ahead and add this here. So if this is on, so if it's yes, and then this is true, let's go ahead. So that way, if we disable this, it'll be taken off. The trade should disappear. Do not save this. One second. Yeah, so now we take it off and the trades disappear from the chart. You see that there, Peter?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And that's something you just set up, or what?
Yeah, I just set that up here. Since I added these two options, this checkbox is this input bool that says, hey, if this is true, go ahead and do whatever I want to do. If it's false, don't. And then I pass this other field for time frame. So that's this drop down over here where I can choose whatever time frame. So on every one of these time frames, whenever this time frame switches, right? If I choose 1 week, it'll be every week. Every month, it'll be every month. And if I had that option set to true, I want to go ahead and perform this buy. I do want to see I like seeing the time frame in here. Here it's saying buy every, but I actually want to see the time frame that I chose. If I just pass this over, so I actually want the text here, because right now this time frame week will show up as 7 days, but I really wanted to say a week. So there is a function called that I use in my scripts. You guys have seen it in past scripts here as well, called user time frame. And here I'm going to pass, instead of saying by every, I want it to be by every, and then pass the time frame. So I'm going to use a replace string over here. So this will be xDCA the time frame. I'm going to pass my user time frame. That should be fine. So now when I save it, you see here on the chart it says by every 1 week. Yeah, here it says these guys are saying by every 1 week, and if I wanted that to be a month instead, let's say, I can go ahead and do 1 month, and now it'll buy every 1 month. Pretty cool. Cool. So now I'm gonna want to see my open profit. I'm gonna see, okay, have I made any profit and by how much? So let's go ahead and just toss a performance on the chart. So I'm gonna plot, and I'm gonna say I want the strategy open profit. So this is my open profit in dollars, and I want that on the chart. Let's color it blue. Let's make it 2. And now it'll show up at the bottom over here as a profit line. So here's the profit that I have in the account. It looks a lot like the chart for Tesla here right now, but you'll notice that the number on the right side over here, it's telling me, can you see it there? 51,000.
Yeah.
As opposed to 368 on the chart. Here it's assuming though I'm buying all the way from the beginning of the chart. I'm not going to want that. So let's just set up a testing range. Let's call it a backtesting range just for the sake of it.
Why do you care about backtesting DCA?
Because if I started my DCA at the beginning of 2024, January 1st, 2024, I'm going to count it from then. Where would the orders have been from then? I don't want to be mixed up with orders all the way back from the beginning of when the stock started.
So no, but isn't DCA about the future? It's not about the past?
Well, yeah, so I can even set my indicator over here. I mean, if I left it like this, the alerts that are firing, they're going to fire regardless. But if I wanted to get a sense of, hey, if I were DCAing over the last 6 months, how much would I be up?
Right.
And then I could test it that way and then keep running it from then on for my signals.
I see.
All right, so I'm going to toss some back testing thing over here. We're just passing the start date and end date. We've seen this in other blueprints. And then I have a set of function, not a function, there's a set of variables over here. So now I know when the backtest range starts, when it ends, and if I'm in a backtest zone. So I'm going to say I'm going to use this is backtest over here for my condition. Actually, let's do it over here. Is backtest. So if I do this, my orders are only starting from over here, which is the beginning of my backtest range, which is January 1st, 2024. You'll notice here, though, that my open profit is saying 0. Let's just get rid of that. So I'm going to say that if my open profit is equals 0, then I want nothing to show there. Otherwise, show me the profit. There's a ternary operator. First part is a condition. First part is what happens. After the question mark is what happens if it's true. And after the colon is what happens if it's false. What we see here is that these values are shown up as NA, so nothing available over there. And I could see that it starts from over here. So if I actually wanted to move my backtest range further in the past, I can click and drag this over or change the date within the script and I see it. I want it closer to the future or present. I could do it like this.
So where do I see if you would have made money? What is it?
Well, right now, the the number that you're seeing on the right side over here is 7,573 for this blue line. That's representing what the value of my position would have been. Like, what would be the nominal value of my position had I started DCAing from January 1st, 2024?
And what amount are you purchasing every time you're purchasing?
I'm buying one share every week right now in my DCA.
Oh, so if you had done this for the past year, you would be up. You'd be up 7,000.
Well, the value of my position would be $7,573.
Well, how does that compare to your principal?
Good idea. That's the next thing I wanted to do. So let's just assume here we're dealing with a $10,000 account. So we can always set those values over here um, in our properties. It always defaults to 1 million, 1 million capital. So let's just default that to, no, let's change our initial capital to 10,000. I'm going to say that my default entry type will be fixed. And I'm going to say that I'm going to buy one share at a time. And let's go ahead and put the margin to 0%. I'm not going to go too much in detail in this, but essentially the margin is how much money in my account do I need to have in order to finance a position. So if I have, a share of Tesla as $369 right now, and so I have to have at least $369 in my account to buy one share, right?
Right.
But since I want this to be a DCA bot, and the idea is that I just want the signal to constantly fire, I don't want the signal to stop firing because I don't have enough money in my account. I just want it to just continue going. So I'll do that. Because the idea with a DCA is that I might just put in a part of my paycheck every week into this account. So there'll always be enough to cover the cost of one share as it's going. But that I'm saying that I'm initially starting with 10,000, and let's go ahead and build a. If I were to plot, I want to know what percentage gain versus my initial capital I have made. So let's go ahead, and there's another property called, not property, but a variable called open profit percent. So let's just do that percent. This one I don't actually want on the chart. Just want this inside my on the sidebar. So I'm going to say display data window. And my data window, if you guys will remember, is my third icon on the right side, data window. And now I can see that my open profit is, might be a little hard for you to see there. Let me just change the color. No, I don't want to change the color. Okay. So open profit is 7,500, just like it is on the chart. But my open profit is 75%. So that's this account. If I started off with $10,000, which is what I have here, then I have a profit of 7,500. Then I'm up 75% over my initial capital.
Wow. This is kind of what I was talking about with you guys in the last long and short, where if you just buy it and like hold it. Anyway, we had a long conversation about it, but this kind of makes me feel like I want a DCA. Like that's my thing.
That's your trading style, Peter. You're never going to win a prop firm account like this. Okay, you need to win your prop firm challenges. We need to get you to where you need to be. All right, so let's just get a sense over here of what my average price would be, right? So I'm DCAing in. I want to know, am I beating the average price of where the stock is right now? So let's just go ahead and add a plot, average price, position, average price, average entry. Let's color you green. Like 2. And I don't want to plot this at the bottom over here with my blue performance. I want to plot this on the main chart. So I'm going to pass a flag called force overlay true, and this will put it on the chart. Now that I have it on the chart, I can see this green line shows up, and it's telling me that for right now, like as it is of this moment right now, if I were to DCA in this whole time, my average price for this would be $247.59 per share, as opposed to 369, which is what it's trading at right now. Let's just add a little bit extra over there. We'll say that if the current price, if my current close price is above, or no, sorry, below, below or equal to the average price, then I want it to be green, and otherwise I want it to be red, just to get a visual representation of like when I'm winning. Oop, wrong way. So over here, as long as it's red, it means that I'm doing worse than the price, the average price for the stock, and if it's green, I'm doing better. Or it's telling me. So if I were to choose this for a longer period of time, let's see, like this, it'll tell me that, oh, there's certain periods at the time where my DCA, I am actually doing better than what the price is showing, and other times worse. But overall, you're noticing there's a lot less volatility in the price that I'm getting versus the price that's happening on the chart. It's exciting, Peter. Isn't this exciting?
What level of programming is this?
Pine Script, beginner to intermediate.
Wow. I wonder how many people can do this. I mean, you seem to be breezing through it, but I don't know.
Oh, I mean, AI can do most of the stuff. Not a problem. I mean, some of the things I just thought through already, backtesting, user function, some of the other stuff we'll do.
Can you try to do this after, like just prompt it into O3 Mini and see if it gives you a full DCA
No,
programming?
AI is not taking over my job, Peter. I'm not going to give it the means by which it. No. All right. So now we're going to want. Let's do something else. We want to. Now we have this buying that's happening at this frequency, but I also want to take advantage of when there's a significant drop. So I'm going to say I want an additional buy that happens every time the stock drops by at least 10% versus the last time I bought. So my script already knows the last time I bought. If it drops 10% from there, let's go ahead and buy. So let's call that DCA drop entry. This is just my way of writing my variables, guys. I know people like to make fun of me for it. I like underscores. I like snake case. I like naming things with short letters. I don't like long words. That's just who I am, and I'm never going to change it. That's how I identify. I identify as a snake case type of person. So drop percentage from last entry. Drop entry. These inline properties are just so that they can be side by side. Like you see how over here there's a check mark, and then right after it says every, and then 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't use these inline attributes, then check mark will be on one line, check mark and every will be on one line, and 1 week will be underneath. So I'm just putting them side by side. That's what these inlines are. And this will be by drop percentage. This is really quick and dirty.
So does this connect, or can it connect to a TradersPost subscription?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're going to do afterwards. So I'm going to set this up as a float value. So it'll be some number, some whatever percentage number I want that I'm looking for a drop from. Drop entry and condition drop. What do they call it? Buy on drop. Okay. So I have this here. I have a new field. Drop. All right. So now we have to check to see, has the price dropped from the last time? So let's do this. So we'll call this one. Let's put all our conditions in here. This will be our conditions. And yes, folks, I will be posting the code for this inside of on the TradersPost account. So I'm going to post this as a comment, one of the first comments. You guys can grab it and do whatever you want with it.
That'll be below this video at the end of the stream, is that it?
Correct. Drop last entry. And we're going to say, just like we did before, we only want this to actually fire if this condition is true. So say it's true. And now we're going to grab the we're going to say if the close value of the candle that we're on is less or equal to strategy open trade. So open trades is the contains all the information about all the trades that are open right now. Right, none of these, we haven't closed any of these out. These are all open positions. So if you were taking take profits and stop loss and all that, that'd be something else. But since we're DCAing in, we're never closing these positions. So it's going to be open trade. I want to grab the entry price. And then in order to grab the entry price, I have to pass open trades -1. Open trades is just the number of open trades that exist. It's an array of all the open trades that exist on the strategy. -1 just means the last one and the less. So I'm getting that entry price. And then I'm going to use a function you guys have seen me use before, percent. I'd love to use it for just a custom one that I use for to calculate the percent offset from whatever number. As opposed to always calculating it manually. So over here, I'm going to say if this price is, the percent is, what did we do before? DCA entry, drop entry amount. So that's going to be 10 right now. That's going to be false, so lower. So it's 10%. True here would be if the price was 10% higher. False is if it's 10% lower. So if this is true, go ahead and this will buy a share. So if this is true, and let's toss in the backtest range. So we want to make sure that we're only doing this within our backtest range. I'm going to go ahead and create an order, and that order will be called, what do we want this to be? Drop. Let's call it, we want to pass the number that we're actually calculating for the percentage drop. So let's go ahead and pass it like this. And I'm going to pass the number from our amount. And then I'm going to open up the position or add to the position, strategy long. Let's see how this looks. All right, so now we're seeing here that, let's find a good example. Okay, so over here, we have our buy every that's happening normal. So buy every 1 week, buy every 1 week, buy every 1 week. Oh, we dropped here by more than 10%. So here we dropped by 14%. So now it bought here. So that's why it says drop 10%. Then it continues to buy, and then over here it dropped again. Oh, the price has dropped 10%, or more than 10%, 20%. So it bought again. So now I'm just adding into the position whenever we drop by X amount of percentage.
I never really understood that. Why do people care about buying it because it dropped 10%? So, for example, we were looking at Bitcoin at 65,000, right? And people were like, okay, I bought everything I wanted to when it was at 65,000. I bought everything I wanted to when it was at 35,000. Now that it's up to 100,000, if it pulls back 10%, that doesn't incentivize me to now is a buying opportunity. The buying opportunity is as much as you can when it's lower. I don't get it.
Well, the whole thing is that it affects your dollar cost averaging. That's the whole point of what we're doing here. What we want is for this number, the number that we're buying the stock at, to be as low as possible. So the idea here is that here, if I, well, it's not changing it drastically over here. Let's look over a longer period of time.
I guess what I'm saying applies more to crypto because you can have 50% corrections.
No, it also happens. It matters here. So when you're buying it, the more you're buying it on the dips, the lower your average cost will be for that asset.
Yeah, but if I buy a bunch, everything that I can buy when it's at 55,000, then what do I care if it dipped at 10% when it's up at 200,000?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
So, okay, Bitcoin, right? We got up to all-time high of 62,000 or 67,000. Then it dropped to like 30,000. Okay?
Right.
You buy as whatever you can put into there. Then it goes up to 80,000. Oh, it pulled back. But it didn't pull back.
Well, you're not thinking in terms of dollar cost averaging, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
In the scenario that you're talking about, it's I bought in as much as I could. I put basically my full position in when it dropped to 30,000. But what if you're just always buying every week?
Yeah, but why tell somebody to dollar cost average? Just tell them when it's at the lowest, that we're expecting it to be, it pulled back
because
50%.
they don't know how low it'll go, so they
But
might miss
these
it.
cycles happen all the time.
Yeah, so if you're a trader and you're paying attention to the cycles and you can get in and get out and you have an idea, fine. If you're my mom, our mom,
Okay, so it's FSD. It's full self-driving for buying. Either you want you want to drive manual and you want to feel the road and you want to drive it the way you want, or it's you let the car do what it does. There's no guarantee
exactly.
you'll get a 20%, 50% correction. In crypto, bruh, it's
Well,
all a
no,
guarantee.
there's no guarantee you're going to nail that, right? You might miss the big pullback because it happened for 3 hours on a Tuesday and you weren't there, and now you're buying it back
I
on the way
feel
up.
like we were in crypto winter for quite a while. I'm staring at Bitcoin at 35,000.
Okay, Peter, here we're looking at Tesla, all right?
Okay.
And you see this pretty line
You're
that
right.
appears
You're
in the
right.
middle?
Sander Blue, you're right about that. 100%.
This nice line that appears over here. Well, it's nice for some of these people not to have to buy their whole position at the top over here. They like having the price that are lower over there, and the only way they can do that is to dollar cost average in. Okay? Okay.
Look, just wait until Elon Musk gets imprisoned. Stock will tank. That's when you buy.
All right, so that's the drop. Let's do a last one here before we clean this up, and not clean it up before we send the trades to TradersPost. So let's go ahead and do a. There's a couple things I want to do before we do that, because I do have a fuller version of the script with other things, but we don't have to sit here and do all that. I'll post that finished version inside of the finished version. That was also quick and dirty, but that finished version within the comments. But let's just go ahead and head over to our dashboard on TradersPost. So here, I want to go ahead and connect it. I want the alerts that whenever the signal fires on TradingView, I want to send something to TradersPost to purchase my account. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new subscription. Let's call it DCA bot.
I see your question in chat. We'll get to that in a moment.
Let's create a new one. Sorry, strategy. I have to create a new strategy. What am I doing? New strategy. DCA bot. For stocks, allow any ticker. I'm going to save you. Connect you to TradersPost. Confirm. All right. My subscription set up. DCA bot. Auto submit. Bullish only. Allow any ticker. Blah, blah, blah. If I wanted to set up automatic take profit, sometimes on some positions, I'll be like, hey, if there's a profit of 10x, just go ahead and take it.
Right.
Let's just take that off the table.
I feel like you should just put that in there.
Just
in
as a
everything you
default.
do. Yeah.
Now I'm going to go ahead and, it's not enabled. So let me enable it. There. Now it's turned on. I'm going to go ahead to the, Peter, I didn't even notice. I forgot. John pushed through some of the changes for the new version of TradersPost. It looks a little bit slicker.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab this URL for the webhook. So that's where to where I want to send the signal. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that webhook. I'm going to actually, we want to set up some alert fields on this one. So right now, I could just set this up so that it is on my alerts. In the drop down, I could choose this the strategy that I created and then put my message in here. I could, but let me show you how to do it inside. If you want to have more customizability, let's just do it inside of the script over here. So we'll call this alerts. This is the wrong area. We'll call you alert message buy. We only need one message here because all we're ever doing is buying. If you wanted to do a sell, you can also do a sell here. Let's do a text area.
Is there such thing as dollar cost selling?
Peter, I don't know, but that sounds ridiculous. That's like you just invented a whole new thing, Peter. Group alerts. And now this alert, this is a text area that I've added into my indicator. That'll show up at the bottom here. And I'm going to pass that message along to all my strategy orders. So my strategy order down here, let me go ahead and set up the alert message. And right now the field is blank. So let's just get ticker. So we want like this to appear in the box. We don't need a signal close. We just wanted to buy for this whatever ticker that we're on. Let's just grab that. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to replace line breaks with \n, just so I can get it formatted. Because if I just put it like this right now inside of in here, my message, my default message, I have to sort of like put it like this on one line, and then when I do that and I look at the thing, you see how it's like all in one line, which works fine. This is valid JSON. Right. I just want it to be a little bit prettier. So let me just go ahead and grab this, place that there instead. It did a mistake. It forgot the N here and here. Those are new lines, Peter. So in a computer, it doesn't know what enter is. It knows /n is enter. And then now over here, it's there. Oh, I have too many question marks. Not question mark, quotation marks.
So did ChatGPT help you just now, or did you just have to do it?
Well, I just wanted to show that you could use ChatGPT, Peter. You're not going to begrudge me. Some things I'll let the AI do. I'll let the AI tell me what temperature it is, but I won't let it order a meal at a restaurant or schedule a restaurant. That I won't let it do. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not introducing any errors here. Okay, so I have the formatted here, and so that'll be sent automatically. We do want to add our little thing at the top of our script over here, so that this placeholder strategy.order.alert message will automatically be placed inside of our alert box over here, and then this message will automatically be replaced with the one that we put inside of our indicator. So we only need the message one place here, folks. You either put this message inside of the alert box. So here's where you would put the buy message. You could put it here, and then ignore whatever is inside the indicator settings, or you leave this, which is there by default, and then whatever message is in the script settings will automatically replace over there.
Well, it's only there by default because you put it in the Pine Script, right?
Exactly, because I just put that here on line 4.
But why does it look like you put it in as a comment?
You have to put it in as a comment. Yeah. So it's a comment preface with this flag called at strategy_alert_message. And then whatever you put after here.
I thought
hey, Peter.
I thought comments were ignored by the system.
Not if it has this @ sign. So you see how it says @ sign version, @ sign whatever. There's a bunch of things you could put in the code with @ sign that it'll make it do certain things. So over here, if I went over to here, I'll see hey Peter. It'll be whatever text I put here. All right. That's a little bit of the intermediate part there for you, Peter. A little bit of intermediate part.
I appreciate it. Does this save as you go, or do you have to save it?
No, I save it. I'm constantly pressing Command Save. So you'll notice here it's this is blue save button. So I'm either doing Command Save or in the save script.
Gotcha.
Let's just jump down to the 10-second chart, and then we're going to change this to let's buy every 5 seconds. Let's do every 10 seconds. That's going to be a little bit too crazy. So we're going to buy every 10 seconds.
What? Do people DCA every 10 seconds? Or?
No. I'm just doing that so that we can trigger alerts to send to TradersPost.
Okay.
All right, is it actually going to do it, or is it just too many orders? Tell me too many orders. All right, let's just change this.
Can't you see it in the alerts panel?
It's loading.
Hmm.
No, it's not. No, it's no alerts at the moment. Let me just go ahead to switch this to 2025. Where is it? February 1st. Let's do February 5th. We just want to trigger some of these things. We're getting the 3 dots here, so it's loading, loading, loading. You can give us a little smooth jazz, Peter. It's fine. A little severance music.
Well, while you're waiting, we got a question in the chat from Laith. I need your help to get GridBot Pine code. Buy and sell based on indicator.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna be the grid bound that we made last time was like super bare bones. Actually, next Thursday, we're gonna be doing a slightly more advanced grid bot. So next Thursday, check for the video then. You'll get the code for the grid bot then. Here I'm getting an error. It's too long to execute. Why? I'm doing this on the 30 seconds. Let's just go down to 10 seconds. Why is this a problem? This shouldn't be a problem. February 6th. Let's just go to today.
Aventura Trader says, where else can you get something like this and have the ability to ask questions live? Great stuff as always, guys. That's
Thank you.
awesome, Aventura.
Thank you. All right, so we're getting a bunch of orders over here. Let's just go ahead and create our alert. We'll make sure that in our notifications, we're choosing the correct webhook URL. So I just grab that from the back end of TradersPost for my webhook. If I go to my subscription view strategy, I'll have my webhook here at the top right. I'm going to copy that. That's what I put into here. Let's not notify me in the app every 10 seconds. So let's just create that. We're going to take a look at it. So let's just wait 10 seconds. We should get an alert. Oh, stop calculation error. Start again.
Hey, Tom, we got a question from Pablo. Does this software work on end of day options?
People are buying end of day options. I don't know all the details for that. You can't buy, if I'm not mistaken, you can't buy options. No, you can buy options after 3 p.m. You can't buy zero dated options. I don't see why it wouldn't work. You can DCA into an options position. I assume it's a long dated options position. Yeah, so I think that should work. You just have to make sure that you have 2 choices. Either you're going to be on the options for Tesla. So here I'm going to switch to the options and actually be on the option for whatever period that I'm looking for. Are there any options there? So if I'm on the options contract, then the ticker that's being sent will be the option contract name. But if it isn't, and I'm going to be on the actual Tesla one, then I have to make sure that I don't pass ticker. I actually have to pass the contract name. So I think it's Tesla 2025 21 February, whatever it is. Call 400 strike. I think it'll be like that. I can't remember the actual name because for some reason in the new TradingView, when you do options, you can't actually see the name of the contract. Like you can't actually see the name of the ticker. Yeah, it's strange. Actually, let me take a look at that real quick. You can't get it. I don't know why it's like that. Can you get it here? Yeah, there it's at the top there. There it is. Tesla. I'm in the desktop app, so I can't even copy it. But yeah, you just write that out. So Tesla 250307 P for put, and then the strike price. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So let me just go back to normal stock. Let's do this every minute because I was just crashing. Let me just update that ticker so that we're on the new. On the 1 minute, let's see if this works. It's currently active. Oh, I'm still on the 10-second buy, am I? Aren't I? Let me switch this to 10 seconds to 1 minute. There it is. So, oh no, that's the one for the options. I did that the wrong one. All right, I'm getting calculation errors over here because for some reason, is it because I have too many orders? When you get calculation error, usually you can just restart it and things will be fine. But there seems to be some sort of error that I need to solve. Let me just replay this real quick and see if it's going to generate the same error. So if I play this, so that's if you want to generate the error again, you replay the chart over a certain number of bars, and then if the script ends, it might give you more information. But I'm really not sure why it's doing that. There's nothing really special about this script. Yeah, the script is not crashing here.
Is it time of day or something? No, this is backtest, right?
I don't think it should. I think maybe let me just delete the thing and start it again. So I'm going to create just to make sure that my script has the right alert. Yeah. Oh, I have the wrong one here. That's why you're saying the wrong one.
It's an ID 10T error.
That's right. Or as we say, un problème de 10 pouces. That's a 10-inch problem. Problem right in front of your face, you and the screen. All right, let's create that alert one more time. Alert. Okay, create an alert and replay. Let's get out of here. Create the alert. Choose my indicator, alert message. Make sure the webhook is there.
Oh, it's French he was speaking, by the way, folks. This post is French.
I'm what they say a little bit cultured. I'm a cultured person. Okay, so we have the alert set up. It's not failing. There we go. We got our action buy. And now that should be sent to our webhook. Let's go take a look at our webhook. Our logs. And there it is.
There
Tesla.
it is.
Rejected because I already have a Tesla position open. There's already an open bullish position for Tesla. If I change that in the subscription settings to add to position, so I can allow in position size, add to position, which you definitely need to have for a DCA bot. Now that I mention it, I can hear Mike in my head. You have to have add to position open or it defeats the whole purpose.
I've seen that in support.
And then over here, if we get the alert again in un momentito. I also speak a little Spanish, Peter. I don't know if you knew that. I also know a little Elvish, Italianore. Ella el dalier.
Oh my God! So
you're supposed to say "Ota ilomi." Day has come. That's your line.
You just dramatically increased the nerd level of this.
I'm a programmer who programs for fun, so I don't know what to tell you. This is who I am. All right, let's go back to a DCA bot. Our logs. There it is. Tesla position.
Wow.
And position was completed. View trade, and we're good.
So you finally did something right. How does it feel?
I don't know. I don't want to get. I sort of feel like. Oh no, so it's just about to ruin traders for everybody if you haven't seen a reality TV show. I'll feel good when everything is done, okay? When the stream is over, then I'll feel better. Okay, so that's it for now. I will be posting in a couple of minutes.
Pull us up. I want to see us.
Pull the what?
The screen. Pull us up.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I will be posting the script for this, the fuller version of this, a little bit of comments inside, so you guys could rip it apart, try it for yourself, see all kinds of things in there. The next things that we didn't see here are buying when the volume spikes above the 3 standard deviation, which would have been fun. Would have been fun to see that, the spike over the 3 standard deviation, or if the long-term trend, only buying with the trend or buying against the trend. So actually, I'll just show it here real quick, Peter, so that it's actually in the video for people to see. So
Loving what's going on in the chat, you folks. Arriba Sander says, I think you got in on that Spanish. Chat's been on fire today. You guys are great.
DCA.
So what are you going to show us here now? You're going to show
This is going to be an example of a couple of features that we didn't get to go over today. And so this is one where I added 2 moving averages to the chart. That's what this green and red are. And then to give myself a trend. And then I added an option that says, hey, I only want to buy if I'm going with the trend. So if it's bullish, I only want to buy if it's bullish. I only want to buy if it's bearish, or I don't care either way. Buy either way. And then you can set the length of the trend so that it's something that you like better. So here it'll change these 2 trends. And then we had another option over here, buy on volume, and that is if the volume spikes above 2 standard deviations, or in this case 3 standard deviations, I wanted to go ahead and see it on the chart. So I want to buy. So let me just go ahead and show you what this looks like. So color new color blue 50. So here you can see, just to show you what it looks like when the volume is spiking. You'll see the background in blue in a second. Oh no, I did it in the wrong location. I have to do forced true to put it on the main chart.
these comments, Tom. You gotta, once you're done with this, you gotta at least take a look. Pull some of them up after.
So over here, we're seeing that because I'm using this function that says if the volume is above, can you see that there?
Yeah.
If the volume is above standard deviation of volume over the last 1,000 bars, so over the last 1,000 candles, if it's above the 3rd standard deviation, go ahead and buy. So I do that over here. So that way on these volume spikes, the idea here is that I want to buy when there's conviction in the market that that the asset is a good buy. Same thing as like buying with the trend. I'm saying, okay, if there's a big buy order, I'm going to go in. I'm going to assume there's a start of a new bullish trend, and I'm going to get in as early as possible. So, anyways, that's just a quick example over there. So this is the script that I'll be posting for you guys to see, and for you guys to test out.
Awesome. Pablo was saying the tool looks great, guys. Now I need to test. Let's go. We got. What's that? Blinn, who says this guy must be making millions. That's funny.
I'm not telling anybody anything about what I make or I don't make. Okay. I've seen all the horror stories on Twitter of people like getting social engineered. No, thank you. I got nothing. All right, I got nothing at all. No one come after me.
I don't have any Bitcoin. What are you talking about? I lost all my Bitcoin in a boating accident. Pablo says, great video. You folks made this a really fun stream. Really appreciate it. Tom, excellent job with what you did there. Please, everybody, don't hesitate to go back. Don't miss the other blueprints that we've done. People learn things from that. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, please let us know. We had a meeting just yesterday. We're talking about, hey, what should we do on the show? You can be a part of that meeting. Well, not part of that meeting, but you can let us know what you want to see, and that will make our job a lot easier. Tom, you got anything else?
No, we'll be back next Thursday for Blueprint for the Grid Bot. We'll do that there. And as always, we love hearing from you guys. We don't only want to be a great platform to automate all your trading desires and needs. We want to be there to help you even become a better trader. And for that, you need to be surrounded by like-minded people. And there's no more like-minded people on that than us here at TradersPost. I can tell you that. If anyone could see our Slack group, at work, where when it's not about work, we're still talking about trading. It's great. It's pretty interesting. I love it. Awesome. All right. So we'll be back next Thursday, and have a great day.
Thanks, guys.